Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander's Core Studio. Welcome to the show. On today's episode, I've got an exciting one for you with the most fun budget control commanders to play without making enemies. Let's jump into them. Talrand Sky Summoner is a great budget control commander that, well, is a classic. A 2/2 Merfolk Wizard for 4 mana in blue that says, whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, you make a 2/2 blue Drake Rich token with flying. So basically, you can build the shell however you want. Again, with all those instant sorceries, control is a very powerful and very viable way to do it, though. Of course, you've got card advantage, you've got all the other aspects of the deck too, but essentially, while you are utilizing those control spells, again, ways to maybe even just tap down the opponent's creatures so that they actually can't attack you, or you can just get through and attack them. Ways to remove pesky creatures, ways to counter spells that you don't want to happen. Every single time you do those things, as long as they're instant sorceries, you're also building up your army. So again, you are picking and choosing those moments to make those plays, to stop your opponents from doing things. You can also, again, wheel and deal, make deals with your opponents and say, like, hey, whoa. Hey, I'm helping out the entire table here. That player over there, they're getting crazy. So you know what? I'm going to start bouncing their things. So you know what we're going to be doing? Now I'm going to be swinging at everyone with my Drakes. Yeah, this is such a solid commander, such a great control commander. Again, one that can be built in a lot of shells, but control is a very, very powerful, very viable aspect for it. Pick it up. Arcanis the Omnipotent. Yeah, this is such a solid control commander, one that is underrated in my opinion. A 3/4 wizard for 6 mana in blue, quite the hefty cost again, but for what it does, it's well worth it. Tap, draw 3 cards, my goodness. Also pay for, bounce it back to its owner's hand. So there is some protection in there if you want to. Obviously, there's like some weird combos that you can do too, but ignore that. Anyways, being able to just go, okay, yeah, you know what? I could use some cards. Tap, draw 3. Oh, cool. Awesome cards. Awesome control cards that can help me do what I want to do and stop my opponents from doing what they want to do. Okay, now also, by the way, some cards that can maybe untap my commander. Maybe untap all my things like dramatic reversal type cards. And oh, I get more mana back. Cool. Let's do it again. Tap, draw 3 more cards. You see where this is going. Of course, you can also utilize ways to double up your card advantage. Again, Teferi's just insight type cards, essentially. And being able to go, hey, you know what? We're drawing basically a full hand every single time. Again, utilizing those spells to control opponents, to stop what they're doing, essentially, before they can do it and they can stop you. It is such a cool, solid control commander. I love you, Arcanis. Sevinne the Chronoclasm, such a solid budget control commander, a 2/2 human wizard for 5 mana. Ingest guy, prevent all damage to be dealt to Sevinne the Chronoclasm. Some players always forget about that aspect of this commander, and that is a huge one. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard each turn, copy that spell, choose the targets for the copy. Again, so this is one that can utilize all those types of flashback types of cards, all those jumpstart types of cards, all the other types of cards that can allow you to cast things out of your graveyard as well. Doubling that up, doubling up that value, and doubling up the control aspects of this commander. Again, making it so those control pieces can, well, do double duty for you, essentially, and really wipe out multiple opponents. All while saying, oh, by the way, all damage to be dealt to me is prevented, so any kind of red damage-based board wipes are not going to affect this. Again, you can just go, yeah, Blasphemous Act, everything's gone. And Sevinne's like, I'm fine, don't worry about it, it's okay. Or, again, those types of cards that can go, you know what, actually, Pariah, hey, whenever I'm dealt damage instead, it's dealt to this creature, and that's prevented. So, again, I am basically invulnerable. Such a good control shell commander that is severely underrated. Rashmi, Eternities Crafter, Simic Control, Simic Fun Times. A 2/3 Elf Druid for, well, 4 mana in Simic. Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, reveal the top card of your library. May cast spell paying its mana cost by a spell of lesser mana value. If you don't cast it, put your hand. Basically, free value to be had. Either, again, a card that just goes in your hand, which is amazing, or again, a card that you literally cast for free if it costs less. So much value to be had, again, literally just on any turn. Again, whenever you cast your first spell each turn, not just your own, you get free value off the top. That means free extra control aspects that you can utilize. Again, Simic control is one that, well, again, when it comes to Simic, players think like landfall, ramp, yes, those are good things, right? But again, when it comes to a Simic deck built around control, that's usually not typical. And when you can do some really powerful things like this by just getting free spell after free spell after free spell after free spell, and even if you're not getting free spells to cast, ones that you get in your hand for free as well, such a powerful control commander that, again, in my opinion, is underrated. Queen Marchesa. The control that this commander can have on the board is absolutely insane. 3/3 human assassin with Death Touch and haste for 4 mana and Mardu. When it enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, an opponent is the Monarch. Put a 1/1 black assassin creature token with Death Touch and haste onto the battlefield. Introducing the Monarch is a massive change in a commander game. It changes out the entire way that the game is played, and you can play your opponents right into your hands with this type of a commander. You've got great colors for control, number 1. Number 2, by introducing the Monarch, yeah, you're going to have plenty of ways to get the Monarch back. I mean, very simply, very easily. You could just go, yeah, blink my commander. Cool, I get the Monarch back. Good for me. Of course, your Assassins can help as well. You got other ways to make sure you get damage through. You can get the Monarch back, and that could be an amazing card draw resource for you throughout the entire game. All while you say, hey, let's put those cards to good use, and let's make sure that my opponents aren't doing the things I don't want them to do, and they are doing the things I do want them to do. Control the game completely with this type of a commander. Horobi, Death's Wail, a 4/4 spirit with flying for 4 mana in black, is an amazing control commander. Such a brutal ability. Whenever a creature comes to the target of a spell or ability, destroy that creature. It is such a unique commander, one that players rarely see, and they're like, wow, that's actually quite cool, quite interesting. And then they just decimate them. They say, yeah, you know what? All your creatures are gone from this really old, tiny spell that no one's ever heard of. And you're like, what? That does what? Oh, it just randomly targets all the things. It doesn't really do anything, though, right? Yeah, but like with this commander, it like takes them all. And they're like, oh, that's really cool, actually. Okay, cool. Yeah, being able to just decimate your opponent's boards again and again and again, decimate their hopes and dreams, make it so that none of their creatures can ever stick. Such an interesting and unique and fun, well, mono black, very specific control commander. Ephara, God of the Polis, a 6/5 god with indestructible for 4 mana and Azorius, is an amazing control commander. What a great shell for a control build. As long as your devotion to white and blue is less than 7, it's not a creature. Sometimes it's actually better for it not to be a creature for you. You're like, yeah, and now it can avoid, like, swords of plowshares, path to exile, etc. Anyways, beginning of each upkeep, if you had another creature enter the battlefield under control last turn, draw a card. Yeah, again, a great way to essentially go, okay, I can control the board with flash-type creatures that have really cool effects. I can control the board by saying, oh, you know what? Actually, my creature's going to peace out right now. They're going to blink and come back later, so I can avoid certain things. I can get an amazing amount of card advantage just from cards like Salt Skitter that are just like, hey, I'm here, I'm gone, here, I'm gone, here, I'm gone. And all of a sudden, you've got a glut of cards in your hand that you can utilize again in maybe the best 2-color, pair essentially for control in Azorius, and say, let's just slowly control the way that this game is going again. Play opponents against each other, and also, again, flash things in out of nowhere to then decimate opponents on the next turn. Such a solid control commander. Jori and Ruin Diver, an Izzet control commander, a 2/3 Merfolk Wizard for 3 mana. In Izzet, like I said. When you cast your second spell each turn, draw a card. Churning and burning through your deck now benefits you, getting extra card advantage throughout the game. Again, in an Azorius shell, yeah, that's quite fun. In an Izzet shell, it is spicy. You are able to just do so many exciting things with this. Again, ritual effects. Again, utilizing cards to essentially up that storm count. Do crazy, absolutely insane things. Get all the cards in the world and then just decimate your opponents with one big absolute atomic blast of just mass destruction when it comes to ritual effects, giving you all the mana in the world because you just drew half your deck and now you cast all of it. Yeah, Jori and Ruin Diver has so much potential, such a fun control commander that can just decimate opponents' boards and dominate the game in one turn. Nin, the Pain Artist. Izzet Control is back with a 1/1 Vidalcan Wizard for 2 mana. And Izzet, by paying X and Izzet colors you tap, and Nin, the Pain Artist deals X damage to our creature. The creature controller draws X cards. Such a fun and interesting and unique commander, and one that, again, can pit opponents against each other in a way by, maybe doing some favors if you need to for that kind of a control, or just being able to just wipe out creatures and be like, yeah, okay, you drew some cards of that instead. But of course, you've got ways to shut down the amount of cards opponents can draw on a turn, or you can turn that into a win condition for you as well, where you're like, okay, yeah, I got a way to generate an absurd amount of mana, or yes, infinite mana as well. And you're like, oh yeah, hey, yeah, I just, you got a creature there? Okay, cool. Draw 1,000 cards. Oh, you can't? Okay, you lose the game. Goodbye. Of course, you can turn that on yourself as well. You can turn this on your own creatures. You can just go, oh, maybe I've got a stuffy doll in play. Cool. All right, I'll deal 10 damage to it. Okay, I'll draw 10 cards. Oh, that stuffy doll is indestructible. It sticks around. And by the way, it dishes out damage to an opponent. There are so many different avenues for this commander when it comes to a control build because you can just consistently draw so many cards with it, control the board, take opponent's creatures out, and just dominate the game. Kwain, Itinerant, Meddler, Bunny Cop. A 1/3 rabbit wizard for 2 mana and Azorius Bunny Cop. Tap, each player may draw a card, then each player drew a card, gains this way 1 life. Yeah, I mean, basically just, hey, you know what? You get life if you draw cards, okay? This is a commander that, again, could have been designed in a way that's like, okay, go infinite and just mill your opponents out. No, they put May in there, which is, again, probably a good thing when it comes to this being more of a control commander versus a combo commander, because you can't force opponents to draw out with this, but you can incentivize opponents to do certain things. You can also, again, ensure that your hand is always fully stocked. And of course, you can play into that life gain as well and gain extra benefits from that too. It is a commander where you're always ensured that you're going to have cards in your hand. You're always ensured that you can make deals with your opponents on their turns. Like, hey, you know what? Yeah, you think that you need an extra card right now. Okay, what can I do for you? Okay, control the aspects of what your opponents are doing on their turn, all while, again, in potentially the best 2-color pairing, again, of Magic when it comes to control and Azorius, and making sure that you say, you know what? No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. Let's get rid of those things, okay? By the way, I've got all the resources in the world, and I'm doing just dandy. A great control commander, Kwain, Itinerant, Meddler. And with that, this episode is come to a close. Make sure you comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again, and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.